In the early 1900s, Chautauquas became very popular, and they were traveling informational shows, a way for a community to spend a couple of weeks learning about what's going on around the world. And most of the wealthy people lived over here on the other side of the bridge, and they liked to attend the Chautauquas. They could literally see the fairgrounds from their homes, but it was quite a trip to get over there.
And people had a long walk to go around to get to that. So actually some of the principals in the Hartpar tractor factory, at their expense, they got their engineer out, they designed this pedestrian bridge and put it up in just a matter of days.
It was a cable bridge, and it had planks, and you hung on and you walked across and you went back and forth. A lot of people wouldn't use it.
Way back when, it didn't even have a handrail. It was a 4-foot wide wooden plank bridge that was suspended on metal cables.
It wasn't a transportation bridge, it was a walking bridge, and it culturally tied the community together to the Chautauquas, to sporting events, activities, family activities. You know, we build ourselves around a great quality of life.
Charles City, the Cedar River runs directly through the middle of it. It's not like, you know, the city's on, or the river's on the outskirts. So we're a divided town, half on one side of the river and half on the other. So bridges are what tie the community together.
I remember the night I had a scanner on and I was listening to everything that was going on with the flood, and I heard them say from the police department, she went in the river. It just went down. And I couldn't figure out what they were talking about. I looked down here at the Main Street Bridge and I thought, boy, did that bridge get washed out? It never crossed my mind that we would lose the original bridge.
It was something that only Charles City had, and now it was gone. People were shocked, and one of the things that you know, I guess was critical to them is they wanted us to recover the old bridge and to see if we could get it back up. When we couldn't get the same old bridge, they wanted something just exactly like it put back up. One of the things that happens after a disaster is uncertainty, and that's really the worst thing, is that not knowing is worse. You know, bad news is even better than no news. So the mayor got out, explained what had happened, what steps we were trying to take. He tried to get input from the people and let them share what their feelings were and what they wanted. The town hall meetings were the mayor's idea, and I think they were brilliant.
I wanted to preserve the basic direction the community wanted us to go regarding the bridge. It took a while to make everybody understand that we needed to follow a fairly ambitious timeline in terms of getting the bridge rebuilt, or we ran the risk of not being able to work with the people who were responding to the flood.
We had hired the engineers. We knew that we weren't going to have the old bridge back. That was still hard for a lot of people to accept. The engineers picked up on that, and they came back with a lot of designs that had facades that looked like the old bridge.
It was at that point that the aesthetics committee was able to move forward with all the questions then about what would the piers look like, all the detail of the bridge.
We had a firm with local ties located in Iowa, Musco Lighting, who came in. They offered right from the beginning that they were going to provide all of the lighting for the bridge. It elevated it almost immediately to near icon status.
It is the trail. I mean, it connects the trail. Without the bridge, we went 2 years and we couldn't really use the trail system that we have in town, because this was the link connecting the trail on that side of the river to this side of the river.
Now with it and the riverfront and the new park, we're starting to tie the whole riverfront together, which is something we didn't have before. So it's sort of become its own piece in our history rather than just a recreation of the past.
FEMA's role in this thing has been very critical. I mean, I don't know how we'd have put this bridge back without the help that we got from FEMA.
I also have to commend the state of Iowa, because they stepped forward and they not only picked up the state, but they also picked up the local portion. You know, I think the simple fact is that Charles City could have never replaced the bridge without the FEMA program. For a community of 7,500 people, we would have had a very difficult time recovering. But it's unlikely that we would have built the bridge. Certainly it wouldn't be there now. It changed it from having lost the past to us being involved in creating a future.
This bridge gets used a lot. You know, it might actually get used a little more because it's accessible to everyone now. There was a segment of people that couldn't get across that old bridge, and now they get a chance to use this bridge.
The community loves the new bridge. You know, they miss the old bridge, but the new bridge has been well received.
I mean, that, if you look at that thing, I mean, it's gorgeous, and at night it's beautiful, and it's not the old girl, but it's still a damn good bridge we got now.